This is fascinating. When we think of ancient cities, images of temples, stone walls, and towering ruins usually come to mind. Yet beneath the rugged terrain of Cappadocia, in modern-day Turkey, lies a marvel that challenges our notions of what ancient civilizations were capable of. Derinkuyu, a vast underground city carved directly into the rock. Believed to be around 3,000 years old, this subterranean labyrinth once sheltered nearly 20,000 people, their animals, and enough provisions to survive long periods of siege or disaster. I've seen this incredible footage of the city, and it looks absolutely amazing. The image before us, a cross-sectional representation of such a city, reveals a hidden world beneath the Earth's surface. At first glance, it resembles a sprawling anthill, with interconnected tunnels, chambers, and shafts plunging deep into the rock. What is remarkable is not merely the scale of derinkuyu, but the level of planning, engineering, and organization required to make such a place habitable. This was not just a cave network. It was a fully functioning city, complete with storage rooms, living quarters, schools, religious sanctuaries, wells, ventilation shafts, and even wine cellars. The illustration shows 3 towers above the surface: the Tower of Magic, the Tower of Kings, and the Tower of War. These may not exist in reality, but symbolize the power and purpose of subterranean cities like derinkuyu. Above ground stood ordinary settlements, exposed to raiders, invaders, and the unpredictability of the Anatolian plateau. Below ground, however, lay fortified sanctuaries of life, hidden from prying eyes and nearly impossible to conquer. According to historians, derinkuyu's entranceways were deliberately concealed. From the surface, it might appear to be nothing more than a stone or narrow pathway, but once inside, passageways would have opened up into vast networks of chambers, descending more than 18 stories deep. The largest shafts, some over 55 meters deep, served as ventilation and water access, ensuring fresh air and clean water even for thousands of inhabitants. This design is reflected in the image, where central shafts plunge down like lifelines, linking each level of the underground metropolis. Life in the depths. So what was it like to live in such a city? Imagine walking through these tunnels in the dim glow of oil lamps, the air cool and dry, the stone walls echoing with the quiet murmur of families. Rooms were not random caves, but carefully shaped chambers with smooth walls and vaulted ceilings. The people who carved them were not merely seeking shelter, but were constructing a society that could function entirely underground. There were plenty of different areas to the underground city, so let's take a look at a few of them. Firstly, we have living quarters. Families lived in separate chambers, clustered together like apartment blocks carved from stone. The rooms were spacious enough to hold not just sleeping mats, but tools, pottery, and food. Then we have storage areas. Deep within the city, storage chambers preserved grains, legumes, dried fruits, and wine. Some chambers even housed livestock, with carefully designed ventilation to prevent suffocation. Religious life. In derinkuyu, archaeologists discovered chapels and even a large cruciform church on one of the lower levels, showing that spiritual life remained central even underground. Education and governance. The city included large communal rooms, possibly used as schools, meeting halls, or places of governance where leaders addressed the population. The image reflects this stratified lifestyle. Sections on the left and right resemble barracks, communal rooms, and ceremonial halls. The deeper one goes, the more specialized the chambers become, echoing the way derinkuyu was organized in reality. A city of survival. But why build such an immense underground settlement? Historians suggest that derinkuyu and other Cappadocian underground cities were primarily defensive in nature. Anatolia was a crossroads of empires. Hittites, Persians, Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, and later Seljuks and Ottomans all fought for control of this region. For local populations, war, raids, and persecution were constant threats. When danger loomed, entire communities could vanish underground, sealing massive circular stone doors, each weighing up to 500 kilograms, that could only be opened from the inside. These stone doors, still visible today, acted as secure barriers against invaders. With provisions stored, water accessible, and ventilation intact, families could remain hidden for weeks, even months. In the image, you can see similar choke points, narrow passages, circular doors, and choke tunnels that illustrate how invaders could be trapped or blocked. The underground city was not only a refuge, but also a fortress of survival. Engineering genius. Perhaps the most astonishing feature of derinkuyu is its engineering. How could ancient builders, working with basic tools, carve such a massive network stretching over 445 feet, 135 meters underground? The stone of Cappadocia, a soft volcanic tuff, made carving possible with iron tools. But the precision of the ventilation system is what truly astonishes modern engineers. The city contains more than 50 ventilation shafts, ensuring a constant flow of fresh air even at the deepest levels. Wells ensured access to underground water tables, while channels connected the city's levels like arteries in a living organism. The deeper levels were cooler and more secure, perfect for storing perishables or hiding from determined enemies. This is echoed in the central shaft of the image, plunging downward like the spine of a giant organism, with side tunnels branching out like ribs, each serving a different purpose. Derinkuyu and myth. Beyond its historical reality, derinkuyu has inspired myths and speculation. Some believe the underground city was originally carved by the Hittites around 1200 BCE, later expanded during Byzantine times. Others suggest more fantastical origins. Perhaps it was created by lost civilizations, or even influenced by beings from beyond the earth. The sheer scale and complexity lend themselves easily to such speculation. In the image, the lower chambers hint at mysterious purposes: vast cavernous halls, underground lakes, and strange obelisks. These reflect how derinkuyu even today holds secrets. Only a portion of the city has been fully excavated. Archaeologists believe many tunnels stretch further, possibly connecting with other underground settlements across Cappadocia, a city that breathes through time. Walking through derinkuyu today, visitors marvel at its scale. Narrow passages force you to stoop low, while great halls open suddenly into vast chambers echoing with history. Every stairway, every carved niche, every stone door tells the story of human resilience. This was not merely an underground shelter. It was a living, breathing city designed for survival in a hostile world. 3,000 years ago, 20,000 souls found not just refuge but community in these depths. And perhaps that is the most powerful lesson of derinkuyu. When faced with overwhelming adversity, humanity does not simply hide, it builds worlds beneath the earth, worlds that endure for millennia. As you can see, it's a very impressive place, and if you want to visit, you can find it in the modern-day country of Turkey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated for more exciting content. Thanks for tuning in.